Great
the fans would be happy.
What was the point of fighting so hard to get it off Shady? Because you guys
they built
had
something.
a personal,
They built
something.
Facts.
You wanted
facts.
it.
I think the frustrating thing about being in the position that me and Joe is in is that all of these things that y'all are saying are things to be considered. Like that's looking at the silver lining. That's looking at the brighter side of it. But I think that when the actions that took place to put us here don't get considered by the public, and it was kind of presented to the public that way, it's a blow to the morale. It's a blow to the morale of the group. It puts us in a different position in terms of the way we feel about the future of the group and
messes
moving
with
forward.
the chemistry.
Yeah, because I mean it's a chemistry thing, and it's a respect thing. You know what I mean? Can it be reconciled and we end up doing things at Slaughterhouse later on down the line at any time? It's always a possibility, but we went into this conversation with you asking where do we stand now, and I'm trying to explain to you how we got here, and we got here because of decisions that they made. I can understand why you guys are like, why you're expecting me to, or you're telling me that I should consider certain things in order to think about the long run of things and what's the best decision for the entire group.
Right.
I just wish they would have extended us the same kind of courtesy.
I'm sure Funkmaster Flex feels the same way about Conway, but look what he managed to turn it into. I'm sure he wishes Conway had. Thank you very much.
Let's call the callback.
There you go. I'm sure he wishes Conway came at him as very.
I wish it was. I wish things were that black and white. I wish we could put the shoe on the other foot with every single scenario within this shit. But I think we got to be smarter than that. We know better than that. We know that you can't say a man cheating and a girl cheating is the same fucking thing. It's just a double standard.
Oh, wait. In this case in point, who's the girl?
It don't matter. A girl. I'm just saying a girl. A girl cheating is viewed. I'm talking about social construct now.
Right.
A girl cheating is looked at one way.
Right.
A guy cheating is looked at one way.
All right.
They're both cheat. It's both of the things are
they
cheating,
both
but there's a
violate.
double standard here that exists.
Right.
I'm not
Dudes
saying
can
that
cheat.
it's a fair thing. I'm just saying that everything isn't just that cut and dry. To say I cheated, you cheated, so I'm cheating.
Who's the girl?
The girl is the girl.
Who's the
girl is Slaughterhouse.
The girl is the girl.
Crooked and Joe, the girl in this situation.
So if he said the old saying, "Fool me once, shame on you,"
Right.
can he just be like, "Yo, I don't want to be fooled twice"? So why is that not fair? Why is it not
No,
fair?
what I'm saying is in the context.
Listen.
What I'm saying is in the context. Let me try to. What I'm saying.
God and Jesus Christ. At the
What
same
I'm saying
time.
is in the context of responsibility.
Yeah, you're not gonna forget.
Cause y'all, we keep, I get you. We keep reverting back to responsibility. I just feel like there's a responsibility that comes along with being an OG. There's a responsibility that comes along with being friends with a nigga. There's a responsibility that comes along with being in a group. There's a responsibility that comes along, and sometimes you can't compare certain things. You know, I can call you a nigga. That's one thing. White person call you a nigga, that's a completely different thing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we got to be smart enough to be able to disentangle some of these things. You know what I mean? Like Funk Flex, it's almost not even comparable. It's almost not even the same thing. He has a responsibility to the culture, not necessarily to Conway, with how he carries himself just as an icon, and the role that he plays in contributing and making sure that motherfuckers don't keep shooting themselves in the foot, because there's always gonna be youngins who lash out like Conway did.
Right.
You know, but if that kind of behavior, if you kind of like embrace that person, disarm that person, and give that person the information, now he's a person who will handle himself accordingly moving forward, and he'll embrace the next youngin.
Well, I believe in
because there's a lot of cycles in place already that we already fall into.
But I believe in karmic circles, and sometimes you might have a situation with someone where you play a specific role, and then in another situation you're playing that other person's role. So you have to kind of see it from both sides and be like, well, if they gave me a pass, then that means I owe the universe a pass to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not in the position to not give my brother the grace, bro. Never will you hear me say I'm not giving them a pass.
Right.
I'm not in a position to give them a pass.
Right.
They took the same L that I did. They shot themselves in the foot along with us.
How so?
Because they ruined something that they had 25% equity in.
I don't think it's ruined.
I mean, but that's
ruined.
Nah, it's ruined, bro.
Listen, that comes down to how you perceive it.
Yeah.
That's all perception. That's one person may think it's not ruined, another person might just be over it. Another person might be tired of seeing us go through a bunch of shit. Another person might just be tired of Joe. Another person might just be like, God damn, man, y'all niggas, I just hate seeing y'all argue. I don't know who to believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you create that kind of mess, and it's not necessarily indicative of what we built and what we presented to the fans prior to, it may not look the same on us that it looks on another group. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, people aren't used to us having these public, especially not crooked.
But that's why you can get past it. Like, people aren't, it's not like y'all made a career out of being messy. That's more music.
Why?
Why not? Because hold on. Because for the greatest of our genre managed to put it together and make a fucking super group. Why wouldn't anyone want that back? Yes, I'm biased. Yes, I have personal ties. Yes, I have a personal stake in the logo itself. But why wouldn't anyone want that back now? Especially now when that era is like popping and the bar's been set and you niggas is right here. Who wouldn't want who wouldn't want that?
Hold on.
Well,
For 1 minute. What would be a better group than Slaughterhouse that Royce the 5'9" could be in? Can we assemble that?
What would be what?
A better group. Black Thought.
Lupe.
Saha.
Oh, you mean just naming four killers?
4 killers.
Yeah, Black Thought,
Black
Saha,
Thought.
Lupe.
Absol.
Nah, stop at 4.
Boom.
Okay.
Black Thought, Saha, Lupe, Royce.
So it could be recreated. It could be other situations.
Now,
it could be recreated. That's a whole separate conversation.
I mean, it's unlimited now, bro. This artist that from our era that are doing collaborative albums now all over the place.
Yeah, I think what it is about Slaughterhouse is there's a certain lightning in the bottle that we created that I personally don't feel could ever be recreated. Not that particular chemistry of people. It's something about those three
Synergy
guys.
is a big deal.
Yeah.
There was a synergy there that I just don't personally feel that we can recreate. And to be clear, MECC, I agree with you exactly with what you're saying, and that's exactly where I was at with it. In terms of the music, I was ready. Like, I was more excited about doing Slaughterhouse shit than anything else that I got going on. I think that's why I was so heartbroken when they did what they did. You know what I mean? So I think that a lot of the energy now is directed more towards me and Joe to just kind of like overlook it than it is at them. Like, I don't think they're being held accountable by the people for the decision
I totally
they
agree with that.
They threw a rock at you and said, ow.
Yeah. So people think that we being unreasonable, which I have the propensity to be very unreasonable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you're talking about people who I just, I just respect to the utmost. Crooked, I just respect to the utmost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets all the leeway in the world. But I mean, along with all of that respect comes heartbreak when it's coming from that kind of person.
Understood.
We just talked about
Understood.
that. Literally just
So
talked
in
about
regards
that.
to Slaughterhouse.
No, wait, hold on. Before you go there, are you addressing this situation on the Heaven Experience?
What do you mean addressing it?
Like, is there a record?
No.
Is there any?
No.
Not at all.
It's nothing to address. It's nothing to address.
In terms of Slaughterhouse, it's pretty much done. There's no group coming back, no music. This is the nail in the coffin.
There's no conversations that have been had about that.
That means there still could be.
Because Kino just said why with the music.
Kino said no. He said
No. Kino
I'm trying to
keeps saying
understand, is
why.
it done or is it not done?
However, he's forgetting about he was a part of creating Crime.
Facts.
He was a part of creating
great.
So he's done this so many times. It's only because it ended like this. I mean, listen, when he had a Bad Music album and longer than the Slaughterhouse album, it's just him and M.A. never came out.
You don't think I would love to do Bad Meets Evil right now? You don't think I would make more money doing that than anything?
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna go do? You think
why isn't that happening?
Yeah, have you asked for that?
I mean, there isn't a particular reason. You know what I mean? Like, the key is to stop looking at it like there is a reason. There don't have to be a reason. It just didn't happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of me looking at him like, man, this nigga, let's say if I needed money, then maybe that would turn into me
Being
my
mad.
imagination getting the best of me and thinking that it's something personal, why they're not going out of their way to hurry up and put me in a better position and do Bad Meets Evil again. We friends, right? And I'm like, when do we stop that shit, man? Like, what do I do? A whole rollout called The Rise and Fall of Bad Meets Evil? You know what I mean? Like, paint Marshall out to be the fucking Antichrist when he did the first Bad Meets Evil, not having to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.